CoSTAR National Lab is part of the CoSTAR network, and the CoSTAR network is the UK's largest investment to date in creative industries research and development. It's a series of 5 labs across the UK that create a national infrastructure for UK creative companies to develop and pilot and prototype their very best ideas. CoSTAR has been configured to grow the UK's creative economy. The sector that it serves is the UK's creative industries, and more specific than that, the UK's screen and performance industries. I think clusters and areas like the Catalonian audiovisual cluster can definitely create opportunities outside of their area. There are so many of us that operate on the global stage in different parts of the world that are all trying to understand how, by pulling together as a cluster, be that by either geography or economic necessity or areas of interest when it comes to growth of the creative industries, we can all look at each other, we can all learn from each other, we can all do knowledge exchange, we can all send people to each other's areas, and we can do creative residencies, we can work and understand how we can collaborate and in collaboration grow each other's clusters. CoSTAR's approach is about supporting companies on a journey through a rapidly changing creative landscape. We're talking about the emergence of spatial technologies, the rapid growth of artificial intelligence and the way it's deployed. We know that technology will change almost everything when it comes to screen and performance. We exist to help companies navigate their journey. We give them expert research advice and support and access to some of the world's leading state-of-the-art technical facilities. The main learning that I will take away from today is that none of us are alone in this journey. There are so many of us working across the globe who are thinking about how do you navigate a rapidly changing and fragmenting landscape. How do you work out what to do in an age of constant change, of constant evolution? And I don't think I have the answer, but perhaps if there is a hint, it's about process, it's about putting the right infrastructure in place, and it's about supporting companies on a journey through this rapidly changing landscape. What I think these two ecosystems can learn from each other is how, if you put money into supporting a sector, the different approaches you can take. In the UK, we've explored both regional creative clusters and the setting up of a national infrastructure. In Catalonia, it looks as if you're at the start of that journey. Maybe you can look to some of the mistakes we have made, some of the processes we have put in place, and in turn, we can look to what you're doing right now and in setting up and looking at some of your bold and new and exciting ideas. Looking ahead, I would define the challenges as being ones where, as we move towards an AI-driven creative economy, as we move towards an economy that has increasing technology sitting at the heart of it when it comes to the development of creative industries experiences, we need to understand where our boundaries exist. Where do we exist in a landscape of national sovereignty? Where do we exist when we think about the regulatory frameworks we might need to install around what we do? How do we learn from some of the mistakes that were made when we gave social media companies a free ride and a free rein? How do we do things better than we have done before?